All right, so right out of the box, we got the camera here. It's pretty small size, as I mentioned before. It's only 1.5 pounds here. And we have a couple other things. We have a battery charger that came with the camera, and we only got one battery, which is typical of pretty much any camera you buy. So the first thing I would buy is I would buy a couple more of these batteries. They're the Sony brand. They're about $80, but you're gonna get an error message if you get the knockoff brand. So I recommend every time I buy a Sony camera to buy something for the internal battery at least to be Sony, and this is the one that you need. I'll put a couple of these in the description that I'm gonna mention throughout this video. Then obviously you need a lens. Now this doesn't come with a lens, at least the package I got. I don't know if there is a package that comes with one, but I went and picked up a Sony lens, the 24-105 f4 with image stabilizer built in. Now this camera has also in-body image stabilizer too, but working with two of these together, especially when I go on top of the Ronin really, or if I go handheld and I don't have the Ronin, this is gonna be a really good lens for me for all around. It's a little bit slow at f4, and I got the 16-35 f2.8, which hasn't came yet in the mail, but this is the lens I'm gonna use all the time for kind of run and gun situations. And it has great autofocus too. So that's another reason I didn't mention is this camera I bought mainly for autofocus. Right now I have a Canon camera rigged up here and it doesn't have autofocus, so it's a little bit difficult to kind of do these type of videos or on the go for really having the capability of having autofocus. I'm working in manual focus for most of my life, but nowadays I think autofocus is a must, at least as an option, especially when shooting with this kind of format. Now it also does not come with a memory card, so you do have to pick up a memory card, and if I show you over here, this is the slot for the memory card. Let me go ahead and open it up here. And there's two slots here, and it takes CFast cards and it takes SD cards. Now CFast cards are not required. You could actually get started with SD cards. So let me show you the SD cards that I recommend here. Now they have to be fast enough, so you can't just use any SD card. And the ones I have that I've used for the Blackmagic Pocket 6K camera here, but I have a 128 gig card here, and the speed on it is 300 megabytes per second. So that's the card that I recommend that I'm gonna try out with this camera as well. And the CFast cards, I'm gonna pick up just one for really higher bit rate stuff and higher frame rate. 120 at 4K at a high bit rate may require that. So it's good to have one on hand, but you could get started with shooting just about everything on this card. So the battery, we're gonna pick up a few more, but right now we have the one. So let's go ahead and insert that into this camera right now. And let's go ahead and insert our memory card here on our memory card slot and go ahead and put the lens on. So those three things are gonna get us going right now. That's really all we need. More batteries, memory cards. We already have the battery charger that came with it, and we need a lens here. And I have a Sony lens, but if you work with a different workflow, if you're coming from a Canon background, for example, I recommend this Metabone Speed Booster. You get a little bit of a wider shot, and you also get an extra stop with these speed boosters, and it's gonna help you put your Canon or different types of lenses, depending on what kind of adapter you buy, on Sony camera. So I recommend buying that if you don't wanna invest in new lenses, if you don't have Sony lenses yet. Let's go ahead and turn this on here. Now it looks like this battery is only at a 5% charge, so you do have to charge it right out of the box, and I don't have a second one here. I formatted my memory card here. It looks like I'm getting 4 hours and 52 minutes here. And let's go through here the setup process. Let me go ahead and press the menu just to show you what I typically like to do. Right here on File Format, let me select that. I right away want to change this to 4K because I typically wouldn't want to shoot HD here. Now I'm going to choose this one here for 4K. This gives me a good amount of space here. And I'll make different videos on file format and what each of them means. Then you go to movie settings here and you could set your frame rate. 24 frames is typically what I do unless I'm shooting slow motion or shooting for TV. But for almost everything else, 24 frames is what I choose. And then the record setting here. Now this is the critical part. Almost always, I want to shoot 422 10-bit. That's the key for this camera. Otherwise, you will buy a cheaper camera. If you're going to shoot 420 8-bit, S&Q, I don't want to worry about that, but that's for slow motion. I'll cover that in a different video. Now, make sure you go to menu number 8 here and turn on steady shots if you want to make sure you have that stabilization here. So I have that on standard right now. You could also change it to active. And right now I'm ready to go. Before my battery dies, I could actually start recording here. So if I just go ahead and press record right here, it's gonna start recording to my card. Now, this is set to auto here, so it's actually trying to change my ISO. But that's gonna depend on your situation, on what kind of settings you put for your exposure, for your ISO, for your f-stop. And this display does also pop out here. So that is very, very useful option here. You could go ahead and rotate it out here and shoot this way. Now I need to buy a shoulder mount for this. That's just how I'm used to shooting. But let me show you this so you could actually come back to check out the next video. This setup is ultimately why I really bought this camera, because I want to use this Ronin. This is the combo pack here with this Sony. Now you could buy the lighter version of this Ronin too, but this is the one I got, and it's going to be a perfect set with heavy lenses for this camera as well. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. I know it was a quick video, but I really wanted to show you some of the accessories you need right out of the box to get this camera going. And I'll make a ton of other videos covering this camera, so make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.